Give it up for Sam Loren reading excerpts from his memoir. Excerpts.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming. I'm really happy to be here. I'm glad there's a lot of second years out here. I'm really happy you're in the second years. And it's good because a lot of you missed lab this afternoon, so I thought we'd start by going over the discussion case. So can we get the pathology slides? No? Okay, never mind. I want to clarify first that I really don't feel like what I'm doing out here is a talent per se. I think my only talent, if I were to like gun to my head, what's my biggest talent? I think it's probably quoting the children's show Arthur, created by, illustrated by Mark Brown. And I'm dead serious about that. I've seen so much of that show. And the best episode, without a doubt, is when Arthur, who is the roundest aardvark that's ever existed, uses his dad's desserts to bribe his classmates to buy friendship from them, which is really, really sad for Arthur. Okay, I'm actually not here to talk about Arthur. What I really wanted to do tonight was do a roast of all my classmates, kind of poke a little fun here and there. But after a lot of brainstorming, a lot of writing, a lot of thinking, all I really had was 2 hours of material about Nolan, and then just nothing else. So I had to bail on that plan, obviously. Because I think really we all look hard at the situation. We should be sweet to Nolan. He really deserves it. It's the only kind of sweetness he's allowed to have. So. Boom, roasted. Also, Nolan's mom, she's incredibly lovely. I actually met her at a grocery store once, and she was very kind to me. So instead, I'm going to read some excerpts from my upcoming memoir, which is upcoming long distance away. It's going to be published posthumously for reasons that become obvious in the later chapters. The working title currently is Hot, Cross, and Bunned, the St. Lawrence story. And the dedication will hopefully read to my best friend, my partner in crime, because literally we steal the Hope Diamond together in 2026, and my turtle mentor, Dr. T.W. Wong. So this is actually, the section is from right now in time. Oh, I have a snap, hold on. No, I'm not gonna watch it. It's gonna be right. And it's about right now and then a little bit about the future, but mostly right now. Med school taught me a lot. It taught me compassion and empathy. We reviewed the listening skills I had 35% during kindergarten, because I've been gunning since day one. It taught me everyone should have had a baby before they were 30 months old, 3 years at the latest, and even for men, it doesn't matter. It taught me some physicians are inspiring and selfless in their mission to heal their patients, and that some other physicians refer to overweight patients as fatties. And who's to say which is better, Med school also taught me to not name names. Speaking of names, med school taught me anyone arrogant enough to put their name on something was definitely a Nazi. And we saw evidence of this every day. No more Clara cells, no more Wegener's granulomatosis, no more Hippocratic oath. Med school taught me that losing weight without trying is a really, really, really bad sign, setting me and all of us up to be the biggest buzzkill ever for somebody. So watch out for that one in the future. One time in the hospital elevator, an elderly woman told me I should be a model, and so med school woke me up to the reality that is the matriarchy. But also I had just shaved, so she may have thought I was just a tall woman. The matriarchy, it also works in more insidious ways, though, because oh, Mallory Weiss syndrome, she must have been a woman, right? Wrong. Mallory and Weiss were two male researchers, and they looked at 15 whole esophages, and so they should be remembered forever for that. Also, I don't think Dr. Fromy does any GI research, but somehow she gets Barrett's esophagus, just named after her for nothing. I'm not saying Dr. Frommy's a Nazi, but like, could be. Med school also taught me the profound truths of human nature, thanks to Dr. Scott Stern. He once dropped the following knowledge bomb on me about the reality of the human experience. This is a direct quote, I wrote it down immediately. He says, people feel a dull pain. Sometimes it's better with food. Sometimes it's worse with food. Ain't that the truth? He was teaching peptic ulcer disease, but I think that quote really can generalize to just our entire lives, every part of it. So med school taught me all these important things, but there was still so much left to learn. Did not teach me how to answer the questions that people actually have, like the casual ones. My sister-in-law asked me how cold is too cold to take her niece out without a hat on. And I was like, I have no idea. If she's squatting to stop from turning blue, like, then you can call me, but other than that, that's all I got. I was playing Ultimate with a friend of mine from college. He said, oh, hey dude, you're in med school, right? Which is like the worst phrase to ever hear someone say at this point. He said, my arm hurts. Take a look at it. I said, it's really simple. If it's your left arm, it's an MI. If it's your right arm, it's osteosarcoma, but it could also be an atypical MI. And despite what I had hoped, med school definitely did not make me feel better about being mediocre at sports in high school. That's detailed in chapter 3. And it doesn't matter how many lives you saved, you didn't score enough goals when you were 15, and then just like, you're a loser and you feel that way. That's how the world is. And med school definitely didn't teach me how to deal with the healthcare system proposed by President-elect Donald Trump in January 2017, which involved what he called reverse deportation of Slovenian supermodels and an insurance exchange based on ivory instead of US dollars. But at his inauguration, President Trump took off his trench coat and revealed he was really just Shia LaBeouf standing on Lady Gaga's shoulders. Another piece of meta performance art. That's how chapter 20 starts. But thank you everyone, and thank you to Nolan.